Okay, it is time. Welcome back to Delboy's Garage. This is going to be Plastidip paintage. Now we're going to start. We've got the delivery of the new product now, and it isn't Plastidip. The reason for that was the price. This stuff, Plastidip, comes in at tell them, Pen?
£14.50 a can.
£14.50 a can. 6 cans, nearly £90. This stuff we found instead. Frost liquid wrap. Now, I know some of you will have already used it. It's a British product made in the UK, and I like that. And 6 of these came in at
£57 delivered.
£8.26 a can. You can find it on eBay. If you go on eBay for it, oddly enough, it's the same price as this. £12.50, just a little bit less. But we went straight to Frost's website, which is frost.co.uk. And if you check them out, they do it on the website, oddly, at £8.26. Now, with the carriage, 6 cans, 57 odd pounds. That's a hell of a lot cheaper. What it means is I can do the whole bike, and if I don't like it, rip it off, and it's not £90 wasted. I just think at the moment the massive furore around Plastidip is causing the price to be inflated too high. In the US, you boys in the US, you're paying $5 for a tin like that, which is about £3. We're paying 5 times that. It's mad. So you're paying $25 a can. Imagine that. This is a lot cheaper, a lot more affordable. Right. What we're going to do first of all, it's midweek. What is it? Wednesday?
Tuesday.
Tuesday even. Now.
Feels like Wednesday.
I want to pull all the bodywork. I've got 6 cans, and I'm planning on putting 4 cans on the bike. Because I'm not doing the tank. It's going to be the fairing, the mudguard on the front, 2 little tiny side panels, and a little patch on the back. It isn't actually much. 4 cans will be more than enough. Probably get away with 3. So we've got a can, 2 cans extra, free. 1 will be for your bash plate, which is now almost getting to the point where it doesn't fingerprint anymore. It's just mental. That is so soft. And the other thing we're going to do is Penny's Gold side panels from the Bonneville. The reason is we want to we don't know whether we're going to paint these black or not. I put the black side panel from the Scrambler, because on the Scrambler they have one proper side panel on the left. They have that little weird funny thing on the right. But I put it on because they're black, and it kind of looks quite nice, but you're not sure, are you?
No.
Jury's out. We've got to wait for the new seat, which is rather amazing.
Well, that's right.
And when the new seat comes, it may look right, it may not. So just as a test and some practice, we're going to just give it a paint. Put 1 can, a whole can, over these 2 tonight. Hopefully 5 nice heavy coats, so that they've got a proper good layer of this liquid wrap, and there'll be a matte black finish. At the same time, I'm also going to do, naturally, a test tile, and the reason for that is that I can experiment then later on with what to put on it. I absolutely do know that WD-40, I'm not even going to touch the can, WD-40 there, and I'm not touching it because I'm getting involved in paint, it takes it off. If you want to get the residue of Plastidip or this Frost liquid wrap off of a surface, off of a light or something, spray it with WD-40 and just wipe it. It comes straight off. So you don't want to get that anywhere near the job. But we're also told that oil, regular oil, engine oil, doesn't wash it off. Now the only reason I kind of like this stuff, I just want to do one. This is not a review. I've not spoken to Frost, don't know who they are.
I just ordered it.
We just ordered it. So we know this might be a complete fail. This may be just shit. However, one thing we have found out is that between the 2 products, Plastidip was designed as a dip, like it says on the tin. Now stuff like this on your tools, for your handles, it was initially a dip. That's what this rubber coating is. It's dipped, and if you don't believe me, that's why there's always a little drip on the bottom of these handles. You always see that, because they are dipped.
I didn't say the word.
Smirking out of the way. Dipping and dripping. So all of your tools, all of the handles on your tools that are dipped, screwdrivers, whatever, that's what Plastidip is for. That's what it was designed for. And the guys who make this say that this is just Plastidip for dipping your tools that's been thinned out with thinners, and then you can spray it on. But that kind of sounds a bit bitchy to me, because they say this is dedicated for wrapping vehicles only.
We shall see in a minute.
We shall see. It's ultimately just a wrap, a spray-on rubber latex coating, and we'll see what it's like. That stuff feels very grippy, like the surface of a tyre. This, we don't know. So, first prep, get these ready. I've done one already. It's going to take the furniture out of this, because I'm not going to spray over everything, and wash them. The preparation for this wrap stuff is brilliant. All you do is wash it. Don't flat it down, don't sand it. For goodness sake, don't sand it. It's meant to be straight over the top of the paint as it is. And on these, the decals, these decals are lacquered in. If they weren't, I'd just peel them off, but they are clear coated in. So I'm going to leave them on there because we're not sure what we're going to do. If in the future we decide to have these black, I will paint them with proper paint and they'll be either a satin or gloss. But this just gives us an opportunity to try them in black, put them on the bike and see how they are. Right, that's clear. First job, wash them off. Right, as with any vehicle wrap, the first thing to do, this is washing up liquid, just literally dish soap. And the reason it's brilliant for the job is it cuts all the wax off, all the grease off. And if you don't believe that's why your plates tend to squeak, so give it all around the inside where you get that residue of greasy build up. Look at you smirking.
I'm not smirking.
So just
I'm trying not to get wet.
I'll splash my suds over you.
You're making a right mess.
I am. Right, there we are. That's all it is just give it a good wash. Get all the wax off it. Until you get a screen. Come on, get past it, dear.
I've had a long day. I'm in a silly mood now.
So get all of that residue, any protective coating, any body polish wax, get it all off till it's all squeaky clean. Until it's squeaky clean, babies. And then just rinse it off. Should have done this in the garden, really, shouldn't I?
Yeah.
This just ensures, like the other paint job, that it dries it right off, all the water off completely, and it warms it up as well. Okay, now the first thing I've done is just with something that's clean and non-scratchy on the surface, just going to put them that way up. Because again, I said this before in the last one, it's important when you're putting this wrap on that you'd wrap it over the edge. If you had vinyl, you'd always wrap the vinyl over the edge, you wouldn't cut it on this edge. I've found that when I did it on these tiles, if you paint it right up to the edge of the tile, shooting that way on, and you don't get any over the back, what it does, it just peels back. You just get that feel, it just peels back off, and that looks a bit rubbish. So spot shot around the edge, and make sure you get a good layer on the inside. Just blend it out. You can, if you want to, stick some masking tape around the inside so you get a hard edge, so that in the future when you take it off you can just peel it from that hard edge. But again, as we've already said, WD-40 sprayed over it wipes any small light residue off, because if it's just a light residue of this you can't peel it off. It needs to be thick enough to form a skin. Anyway, enough of that. What do you think?
Get shaking.
Frost liquid wrap. Spot shot around the edge. It's just a light coat to set things moving. First impressions is that it's finer. It comes out of the can finer than plastic dip. Plastic dip comes out really thick and heavy, quite splodgy. So perhaps their claim that this is specifically for automotive wrapping is true. Perhaps it is. I'm going to do both sides of that.
Oh.
Right, this is the second little coat of this. Just 2 minutes is all that took to go sticky, and that's good enough. It's not going to run. I like that, dries real quick. Just treat it like regular paint when you're laying it on. Little fisheye there. See if I can cover that in. Now with the decals, I've left them on purely because there's no preparation on this. I'm just painting these as they are, and we're just going to make a decision whether we want to get them black or not. One thing with this is, if we're going to, what we could do, which would look quite cool, is mask out the decals and then clear coat over the top, but that would be little bit more grief because you've got to get some clear coat of this stuff, and we just got the matte black for now. Right, so that's just the first shadow coat, bolstering it up around the sides as well. Let that dry, give it about 5 minutes, and put the next one on. Just slowly seeing the colour disappear away. It's quite odd while I'm doing this, as you know folks, I'm just literally doing this for the first time ever. It is gloss. Between coats, it's going to a tack dry, like a tacky feel, but it's not going matte. Maybe it will matte out afterwards. I don't seem to remember them saying on the website that it was matte, so perhaps we've got gloss, which will be fantastic, rather than matte black. That's it. You've got to be a little bit careful with it because it does tend to fisheye. I think if I do it on, this is experimental as I said, I'm going to do it again on the Tiger. I think what I'll do is I'll get some proper panel wipe, dirt and grease, or what do you call it, wax and grease remover. What's that? That's 4 coats now, definitely 4 coats. It's still, you still see through it, do you reckon? You reckon? Can you see through it?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you can still see through it. But we are getting close. I don't reckon there's more than 1 coat left in there. I don't know if this is too much for it or whether you need another can, but see how it goes. Right, I think this is going to be the first block coat. And the weirdest thing is it's just staying gloss. That one's dry, almost dry to the touch. And this can is pretty much out, so I would imagine I might even do 2 cans on these just to get a good job. You still see the Bonneville for it.
Yeah, just probably need to some spray from the other can.
Yeah, maybe a couple of coats. I don't know though, it's gone now.
Yeah.
One thing I do like from this, incidentally, over and above the plastic dip, is this nozzle is a good quality nozzle. You get a nice fan. If I just do a couple, you see you get quite a wide fan, which you don't get on plastic dip. What you get on those cans is just the usual little round spot thing, which is a standard cheap rattle can. And as you can see by this, you almost get a nice paint gun effect from the can. And I do like that a lot. This is going well actually. I reckon we're going to just call it a day at 1 tin.
Yeah, it's covered it now.
It's covered, isn't it? And the nice thing with this stuff, over and above regular paint, is it doesn't go airborne nearly as much. Mind that.
Keep the bucket.
Kick the bucket now. Now you kick the bucket, son. It doesn't, as I say, it doesn't go airborne nearly as much. There isn't that kind of dust all over the floor and clouds of it everywhere. I think it's because it's heavier. Definitely a different product. Definitely a different chemical mix. Doesn't smell of paint. Doesn't smell like regular paint. Hasn't got regular thinners in it. It just smells a little bit like nail varnish. Not that I know what that smells like. That's something Penny knows about. Hey Penny. So that's 4 thin coats and 1 nice heavy coat over the top, just to get that float out of the material. And I've checked on the practice tile, it kind of goes sticky. Now that's gone matte and satin sort of looking, but this is just staying gloss. Tiny little bit of trash in it there, but I think it'll disappear. Every time the can feels like there's nothing in it, and yet it's still going. It's going to finish it up. That's it, there we are. 1 tin done. Almost. Annoying little bit of hair there. But I think on this coating that just disappears. Right, there we are. Now, just pull that door to a bit and I'll open the front door. Okay, it's a little bit different to Plasti Dip in the sense that the can's better. You get, just as from a review point of view, you're getting that lovely fan you saw, which is way better than the Plasti Dip nozzle. Okay, fair enough. Being true to it, you can buy different nozzles. You can buy these things, 10 a penny.
So it all costs money.
It all costs money, especially when they're £15 a tin. So bad news for them, good news for Frost. We'll see how it goes. Look at the gloss. It doesn't seem to go matte, but it probably will dry matte. I don't know.
We shall see.
We shall see. I think that's it for now. That's all we can do. Drying times, same old, same old. So join us for the next one, which will be tomorrow after this. So when you're watching this now, tomorrow from now, we'll do...
What day is it?
What day is it? What day it is. We'll put all the rubbers here back in, mount it back on the bike, give you a look at see what they look like. And obviously a little bit of a rub test as well. But that's it. Like any paint job, leave it alone. Walk out the garage, shut the door, gently, don't just kick any dust up, and leave it for the next day.
Cool.
Join us the next one. See you soon.